Trust me. It's true. Look back, 13.35 billion years until the light source appears. Shortly after the Big Bang. NASA's recent findings captured by the Hubble Space Telescope have caused controversy within and outside the religious community. With some of the most revolutionary images ever sent back to Earth. These cosmic images reveal any view of the universe seen since man's monumental moon landing. Behind this interesting discovery lies a dedicated team of NASA's brightest and best minds. They are constantly working to advance the field of science. Their advanced telescope travels through space and solves the mysteries of the universe. Now reveals a shocking secret about the fate of the universe. As you follow the various twists and turns that represent the universe, be prepared to be intrigued, surprised, and more importantly, full attention. Not only does this show a picture. It's a revelation that defies our brightly colored knowledge. What's new to push humans to embrace life in the universe? What secrets of the universe have been revealed by these iconic images? What are their implications for the fate of our universe? Are we ready for the universal reality that follows this discovery? Join us as we investigate NASA's terrifying new discovery that shocked religious people. December 26, 1994. Some shocking images purportedly from NASA's Hubble Space Telescope are beginning to circulate in the news. After scrutinizing these images, NASA scientists were surprised to find a giant white city floating in space. When these Hubble images were suddenly made public on the internet, NASA team is incredulous. I'm not sure what to do about it. Typically, such images are accessible only to experts at specialized space science facilities. But now they're spreading fast online. In order to control the situation, the U.S. government tried to hide these images from the public, to prevent widespread panic or excitement. Nevertheless, it's too late for them to try. A photographer at Ellington Airport has captured these images, and show it to all who will watch. These images show incredible views of space. Among them are towers, columns, caves and other structures resembling man-made buildings. One of the images also contains a condensed section. This caught the attention of Ken Wilson, a professor at the University of Florida. Wilson scrutinized this area of condensation with a magnifying glass. Noticed he had an unusual shape. This raises the question: these pictures are real? Or is it just the result of a transmission error from the Hubble telescope? However, after extensive analysis, apparently there's no error in the transmission of images from Hubble to Earth. NASA experts further confirmed, this peculiar appearance is not due to a malfunctioning telescope lens. After a brief meeting, NASA decides to retake photos of space region where strange city-like structures are seen. They configured the optimal settings for the Hubble telescope, and focus it precisely on the area of interest. The telescope quickly captured a new image. These images were immediately displayed on a large screen in the lab. All the scientists in the room stopped what they were doing, turning his attention to the screen. The parts that were hard to see before are now clear. What they saw surprised and disturbed them. The image depicts something self-illuminating, similar to a city, but unlike any city on Earth. In contrast, he looks like a science fiction city of the future. Featuring towering glowing buildings and lots of lights, a simulation of another world. This gigantic city seems to extend indefinitely into space, covering an area beyond human imagination. People started calling this place the City of God. Some have speculated that this might be what heaven looks like. A NASA scientist even believes this could be where the souls go when they die. Although such an idea sounds more like a myth, not real science. As scientists continue to examine Hubble images, they noticed more surprising details. Cities and spaces are not static. It moves in the same way as the surrounding galaxies. This movement seems to follow the same principles of the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory describes the origin and expansion of the universe. Despite its seemingly impossible nature, but the city seems to be part of the universe, like everything else in the universe, obeying the same laws of nature. When scientists discovered the uniqueness of the city's movement, this story just got a lot more interesting. Imagine that. View a 3D map of the distant universe on a large screen. It doesn't seem like the universe is moving away from us. But the Earth is moving away from the cities. This gives the impression that the city is the center of everything. Scientists have even created a computer model to show how other galaxies seem to move away from cities. The deeper they look, the more secrets and wonders this city has to offer. It's like a giant cosmic puzzle. Each new piece they discover offers new insights into how the universe works. This prompts everyone to think about the bigger picture, wondering what's beyond what we can see from our little corner of the universe. What else might be there? But the story has a twist. Some people believe NASA tried to keep this shocking image a secret. Why would they do that? This question has raised a lot of curiosity. Much speculation. NASA is concerned that releasing this photo could cause global fear or confusion. Seems hard to understand. It's like there's something important you're not being told. These incredible images can change the way we see everything, but almost everyone can't see it. Now we delve deeper into this space mystery. Things there don't always challenge our understanding of the stars and objects beyond the sky as much as they might seem to. Look closely at the picture. Many small parts will be found. These parts will make you wonder if what you're seeing is just natural or more. You can see shapes similar to tall buildings, large circular structures, even something like a castle, a tower. This photo seems to show us a city in outer space, arranged in a strange and unusual way. This raises the question: this place is a natural formation? Or are there other factors at play? Here's the shocker. In these buildings, there are beings who look like angels. Yeah, you read that right. Angels. Scientists think they've discovered a new set of stars. Because the colors in the image are so vivid and intense, but it soon became clear that what they were seeing was like creatures. According to NASA, these angelic figures are striking shades of orange. Reports show a group of these angels were seen flying together. They were captured on camera near the NGC 3532 cluster. The cluster has been around for 3 billion years. The experts concluded that the anomalous signal they received was due to an expected malfunction in the $1.5 billion Hubble Space Telescope. And yet, upon closer inspection, what they see is amazing. These angelic creatures, each one is 50 feet tall, with huge wings, surrounded by a kind of foggy aura. One person involved in space exploration mentioned, these creatures have wings as wide as an airplane, with a calm round face and an expression of pure joy. They seem happy. The Hubble telescope photographed them, radiant with happiness. It's like they're listening to a cosmic joke. Interesting. This isn't the first time people have reported seeing angels in space. A Russian scientist who moved to the US in 1985 shared the story of Soviet cosmonauts encountering a similar group of happy glowing angels on a Soyuz spacecraft mission. He believes there may be millions of angels in space. The team operating the Hubble telescope plans to continue their work. Present. The US and former Soviet governments appear to be preparing to share groundbreaking news, proof of an angelic presence watching over us from heaven. Adding to the mystery is this captivating image was shared with the public the day after Christmas 1994. For many people, this is interesting timing. Because why post this picture after Christmas? It's a time of goodwill and reflection. Christmas is a season of warmth, caring and thoughtfulness. People celebrating joyfully, spending time with family and friends, reflecting on profound ideas such as love, hope and kindness. In this day and age, people are more willing to believe in miraculous things beyond the things of our daily lives. Post this picture immediately after Christmas. Seems like the perfect time to spark the public's imagination. During this period, people are still lost in thoughts of wonder and mystery. Make them more receptive to extraordinary stories from the stars. This perfect timing allowed the story of this image to spread quickly. It's got everyone's attention. Is the creature in this image real or imaginary? Still not sure. Nevertheless, there's one thing we know. For the past many years, there have been rumors that NASA finds something that confirms long-held religious beliefs. Since scientists began exploring space, there are constant stories about the search for signs of something greater, something more sacred. Take a story from 2016. There's a photo circulating on the internet. People claim there's a gateway to heaven in the middle of the nebula. The story of Following the Father suggests that scientists are baffled by what they see. Nevertheless, this story is completely false. He is the artwork of artist Adam Denferis. It uses a technique called pixel sorting to convert real space photos taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. In this artwork, he rearranged the pixels starting with an image of the Swan Nebula, producing images of what some call the gates of heaven. Although it's nice to know that Ferris never claimed his art was real space photos, but then someone else took his art and added the heavenly story to make it look like it's not. In search of evidence of the divine in the universe, another rumor began to circulate about the cosmic city that awaited mankind. This story involves an image allegedly showing heaven. The image was first shared for the first time by Newsweek World News under the headline Heaven by the Hubble Telescope. This article was originally published many years ago, and reappeared on the internet in 2009. You might think that the Weekly World News is a small grocery store checkout counter, known for bizarre stories about bats interbreeding with humans or speculation that we are all descended from aliens. Although this tale of paradise is known as a fantasy story, but he still attracted a lot of attention. This story is based on the fact that the rickety Hubble Space Telescope is being repaired. It's important because it corrected the problem with the telescope mirror, making it possible for the first time to take ultra-sharp photographs of space. And then the story took a giant leap. After generating a fix, astronomers use Hubble telescope to observe edge of space. They say they saw a glowing city floating among the stars. The pictures accompanying the story are equally suspect. Nonverbal grunt as interjection. It is shown in black and white in what appears to be a distant city, or maybe under a starry night sky. A big house on a hill. The image attempts to enhance the paradisiacal appeal of the city with light coming from all directions of the city. Nevertheless, many noted that these rays actually destroy the credibility of the image. Critics point out that the beam is a telltale sign, indicates that the image is not real, especially when compared to real photos from space telescopes such as Hubble or the James Webb Space Telescope only WST. In real space images, bright objects like stars warp wing to exhibit light known as diffraction spikes. This is the result of telescope construction. These spikes appear due to the interaction between the light in the telescope mirror and the structural support. The unique design of each telescope results in a different pattern of these spikes. For example, Hubble telescope diffraction spikes may look different from JWST diffraction spikes, because of their different structures and methods of concentrating light. As experts investigate the imagined picture of paradise, they immediately noticed an inconsistency in the alignment of the lights. In real telescope images, due to the shape of the mirrors in the metal brackets that are fixed in place, the light hitting the large mirror may be slightly distorted. While this distortion does not significantly affect the image of large diffuse objects, but when looking at bright spots like stars, this distortion will become obvious. These distortions manifest themselves as sharp lines extending from the star, known as diffraction pioneers. These spikes are just a product of the telescope's design. Does not provide any information about the star itself. Consequently, it is unlikely that the fiber optics in the image of heaven would lead a knowledgeable observer to dismiss it as a fabrication. This further highlights that in assessing such extraordinary claims, the importance of understanding the nuances of astrophotography. Nevertheless, there's an interesting twist. By examining the pattern of these lines, you can identify which telescope took the picture. This bit of science casts doubt on the story of generating pictures to show heaven. Imaging issues. There are nearly a dozen of these golden threads. The truth is, this doesn't exactly refute the story of NASA's discovery of paradise. Or maybe this picture is sacred. Nevertheless, it does make one wonder if the image is actually from NASA, or whether it's entirely other stuff. Imagine if the pictures in the news report were really from space. If this is truly, and we can prove it, then almost all the doubts about whether he depicted the New Jerusalem or another heavenly city, it's all going away. It is said, Dr. Matson, who leaked this photo from NASA, claimed that they were shooting at the rings. Modal particle intensifying preceding clause. This photo may require photography experts to verify authenticity of photos. Nevertheless, a closer look reveals this presumed city is surrounded by stars. This suggests that it may set in space. But that's the tricky part. Unique. The people who really know if this photo is from space are Dr. Matson, the Weekly World News people who reported on it, and the United States of America allegedly involved NASA scientist. Since no one can talk to these people, so confirming whether or not this photo is a real space photo is a matter of challenge. Chronologically, the Hubble Space Telescope is indeed at 199. Maintenance was carried out in 3 years. Weekly World News reported that rehabilitation work completed by the end of the year. The first photos from the restoration were taken on December 26, 1993. Beam back to Earth. This timeline matches information from other sources. This information suggests that restoration work was completed on December 9, 1993. The official Hubble website indicates NASA released these on January 13, 1994. New photo. Consequently, these photos must have been taken after the restoration was completed on December 9, 1993, sent sometime between January 13, 1994 and the public display of the To the Earth. The December 26 mentioned by Weekly World News is within that window, therefore it is reasonable. World News. The Weekly first discussed these so-called paradise images on February 8, 1994, and on September 10, 2009, revisited this story. Nothing in these dates matches the information we have learned from other sources. Direct conflict. Consequently, while time supports the possibility of image authenticity, however, due to the lack of validation from reliable sources, the presence of diffraction spikes continues to cast doubt on the veracity of the story. Although their story seems a bit far-fetched, but the timeline they provide is comparable to the real-world sequence of events surrounding Hubble telescope repairs and photo releases, coincide with the present. Let's connect the space missions of the past with the mysteries of space today. Explain how discoveries in space are reshaping our view of Earth's understandings. December 2, 1993. Space Shuttle Endeavour begins a major mission with 7 astronauts. Mandates. Their goal is to fix Hubble Space Telescope. A 5+ day spacewalk is akin to walking around outside, but in space. They carried out various missions. They replaced a component called a high-speed photometer with something called a cost star, upgrade the telescope's camera to WPC2, replaced solar panel mounting fuses, and replaced the other sub-assemblies. By December 9, they're mass repairmen. The work has been completed. After that, January 13, 1994, South Africa releases first photos from newly refurbished Hubble telescope, a claim as the peak of perfection. These images are very clear and detailed. It's like the Hubble telescope with a new pair of glasses, making it possible to observe the universe with unprecedented clarity. This marked the real beginning of Hubble's fulfillment of the lofty expectations placed upon him. present. Let's turn our attention to something equally fascinating observed by Hubble. Imagine that. Gazing into the vast depths of space, it's not just ordinary stars. I also encountered a peculiar trapezoidal pattern rotating around a faint star. Hubble's discovery is reminiscent of the legendary city of God in space, though we have not yet unveiled the passage to heaven's mythical ladder stars. The sight of these ladder shapes around us raises many questions. It's like solving a cosmic mystery. In addition there is also the Red Rectangle Nebula, which has become HD 44179. This nebula got its name. It's because when viewed with conventional telescopes on Earth, it presents a distinctive red rectangular shape. Nevertheless, Hubble, with its unparalleled field of view, by virtue of its favorable position above the Earth's distorted atmosphere, reveals a wealth of previously unseen details about the nebula. The red rectangle has become a real enigma, reminiscent of the complex and mysterious descriptions we've heard of the so-called City of God. This nebula is full of remarkable features, include patterns that resemble steps or spider webs. These patterns are more than just decorative, it's made up of organized outflows of gas from the stars. Similar to overflowing wine glasses stacked on top of each other. Hubble's exploration of this nebula surprises us about the workings of the universe. It's like a complex structure that's supposedly made in heaven. Originally known as the Red Rectangle Nebula, because it looks similar to a red box on Earth, but it subverts expectations. It's more of an X shape instead of a rectangle. This revelation challenges some of our preconceived notions about celestial phenomena, echoing the unexpected shapes associated with the City of God. The two entities, and the pattern, both go against the traditional understanding, prompting scientists and enthusiasts to reassess their understanding of the mysteries of space. In the center nebula of the red rectangle lies a dying star. It sheds its outer layers to form a unique shape, similar to a cone with two tips touching each other. Stars periodically eject gas and dust. Unusual phenomena similar to those described in the City of God. It's like the stars and the city are sending secret messages, suggesting a potential connection between these cosmic phenomena. This emphasizes the concept: space is full of wonders not yet fully understood. From interesting patterns around the star HD 44179 to the legends of heavenly formation, these remarkable discoveries emphasize the wildness of the universe and the nature of the unexpected. Detailed images from super-advanced telescopes invite us to go deeper into space, urging us to challenge our preconceptions, unraveling the infinite universe, secrets in the landscape. The real magic of this narrative, whether it has anything to do with the myth of heaven or not, all in conjunction with our continuing fascination with the mysteries of a universe that extends far beyond our own galaxy. This curiosity is ignited and nourished by the extraordinary images provided by the Hubble Space Telescope. Now you may be wondering how this remarkable instrument fulfills its mission. Hubble floats high in the Earth's atmosphere. Occupy a strategic position. It captures images that are not distorted by atmospheric interference. It's orbiting the Earth fast, about every 97 minutes. Hubble's main mission is to collect light from stars and other celestial bodies, produces extremely clear images, and collect detailed data. Its favorable position above the atmosphere eliminates the scintillation effect observed when viewing stars from the ground, thus creating a clearer insight into the universe. Although Hubble is not the biggest telescope, because of its relatively small 7.8-foot mirror compared to some ground-based telescopes, but he's done well on the mission. This is all due to its ingenious design and cutting-edge technology. Huge demand for Hubble observation time, prompting careful organization to maximize their scientific output. At the heart of Harper's excellence lies scientific instrumentation. They have two main functions: capture stunning images, and analyze light from stars and galaxies, to understand their composition. This is similar to dissecting the colors of the rainbow atmosphere. Hubble detects all types of light, including infrared and ultraviolet, as the atmosphere absorbs this light, inaccessible from the surface of the Earth. The Hubble telescope is located in space. It gives us a view that ground-based telescopes can't reach. New perspectives on the mysterious depths of the universe. Present. Let's delve into the remarkable tools and collaborative efforts that have enabled us to unravel the mysteries of space. Each new set of space images from the Hubble Space Telescope from distant galaxies. It's all similar to a complex space exploration effort with a range of specialized equipment. These tools include the advanced camera ACS for measurements as well as the near-infrared camera and the multi-target spectrometer NMOS. Each tool has a specific function. This includes capturing visible light and detecting invisible infrared radiation, but Hubble doesn't operate in isolation. Its function is an integral part of a large and complex mechanism. Hubble telescope uses solar panels to convert sunlight into electricity, and relies on gyroscopes, new trackers and reaction wheels to maintain precise orientation, remain firmly focused on its celestial goals. This kind of stability allows Hubble to capture extremely clear and detailed images. Sometimes it can be fixed at one point for hours or even days without deviation. Nevertheless, the journey of data from Hubble to Earth is an adventure in itself. After transmitting its findings to a dedicated satellite in high Earth orbit, data were forwarded to White Sands, WM. Start there. He crossed the ocean. Long and difficult trek, until we reach our final destination. The data is collected and stored in a huge archive in Munich, Germany. These data are available for scientists around the world to explore. What really sets the Hubble telescope apart, not only for its scientific achievements, it's also about the spirit of collaboration. It marks the harmonious partnership between the United States and the European Space Agency ESA in Europe. This collaboration goes beyond the sharing of tools and data. It embodies individuals from diverse backgrounds working together, exchange of ideas, and contribute to the synergy of our collective understanding of the universe. European scientists in particular used Hubble for their own research. Through their discoveries, enriching the understanding of space, broad understanding of knowledge. The Hubble Space Telescope is more than just a floating object in space. It embodies human inquiry and cooperative spirit. For its technical excellence and the work done to that end, our understanding of the universe has changed. Many observations that were once unavailable became possible. With Hubble as our cosmic guiding light. As we continue to push our boundaries and expand into the universe, we're unraveling it a little at a time. The mystery of the universe. Since launch in 1990, the Hubble Space Telescope has been the gateway to the universe, the gateway to wonder. Nevertheless, its importance is not limited to obtaining visually appealing images of celestial bodies. The Hubble telescope is not only one of the largest and most powerful telescopes in the world, also has a range of instruments, enables observation of light from the visible to invisible spectrums. That makes it invaluable to astronomers, because it gives us a glimpse into the farthest corners of the universe. Thank you, Harper. We learned a lot about the formation and growth of galaxies, stars and planets. It helps to broaden our horizons, learn about the history of cosmic events. Although the Hubble Space Telescope has been in space for more than 20 years, but its mission remains vibrant. Hubble images more than 1 million objects in space, and has contributed over 21,000 papers to the body of knowledge on astronomy, stories that expand human understanding of the universe. Nevertheless, the Hubble Space Telescope's journey is far from over. Each of his observations provides another piece of the cosmic puzzle. Some answers were given, while raising new issues, for the constant search for the meaning of the universe.